Right, hello guys, welcome back to City Skylines, and we're going to be continuing on today. Hopefully we're going to get our port finished. So we've got to extend down here towards the sea. Now, of course, we're running also some of those new mods, and we're hopeful. Well, I'm not going to focus too much on beautification as we go along with this, because we do need to get in with the building and focus on that. I'm still really frustrated by the fact that the shelters just have food getting run out by the homeless people eating it. I really very much hope that the devs patch that out, because it's super irritating and there's nothing really you can do about it. You can turn them off, but then I think if you disable them, they still have an icon above them, and nothing really happens there. Boys, get ready for looting. Hold on to your hat. You got crazy Junction building rival. Oh, is this for you, Villenio? What is this? Oh god, yeah, the horror. Seriously. Okay, so let's crack on with it. The rain seems very kind of like, I always find it weird how I've turned the volume of some of the effects down a little bit so that they're not so present, but maybe it's almost too much. So we built our huge tunnel last time, which is running right the way through the city. And we've obviously got some of those new elements built in. We were going to extend, well we did start extending Koala Town, so that's kind of actually extended out, and we've got this kind of nice road element going down here now, so that's really, really good. And of course we've got the roundabout. One little small change that I put in as well here was like we put a phone mast in down by the expo centre, so that's good as well. But yeah, we really should. I just want to plough on, and well, we've got big residential demand first, so I should try to illustrate that before we do anything, because we're gonna, we need to keep the residential coming in. Now the only issue with that is that the area down here, I was never going to really sort of allow this to grow real big, but I did say that out here by the highway we could potentially have something going on. So let's just get on with that. So I'm just going to build some fairly straightforward roads, etc. here, I think. Probably even just one road system, which this is going to be like a one-way system, I think, again. We're loving the one-way system at this end of town. So I'm just going to almost just do that, really. And then we'll just have one road which comes in like that. And then I think that'll probably be it, actually. We can put some, audio barriers down here. But I think what I might do is actually put sort of low-level residential out here, which won't be great for our... that's not going to be fantastic for our actual, fulfilling residential demand, but it'll help us a little bit, right? And then we'll get some... I'm going to get it kind of part the way down here, like this. So fill up some of this area. And then we'll just fill in these ones here, sort of smaller. And then similarly over here, we've got like one of our car park sections right here. I'm not sure I want to build anything there. I might actually just do like those two blocks. And again, we've got a big block right here. I'll get that on. But yeah, people aren't going to be too happy about this road system, so we need to kind of upgrade that to the barriered roads so that we don't drive people crazy. Oh, except we can't, because it's only a 2-lane road. I forgot about that. Annoying. Well, we'll put trees in. We'll try and create some kind of sound barrier with trees instead. So it's a compromise. Let's just use, where's our oak trees, seeing as that's the theme really for this one. Scots pine. Where's my oaks? Here we go. No, red gum, that's not the right one. Okay, here we go. Oak tree. So let's get this in. And don't forget the ship line. No, I won't. That's, as I say, that's one thing that we're going to be doing today for sure. Right, so I'm just trying to get some trees in on this. It looks like I've neglected the water. Also, from what I can see here, these are not going in as I want them to, so I might have to actually... Sometimes it's actually just, if you just need to kind of put in a line of trees like this, it's kind of quicker to just do it yourself sometimes and not mess about. I'll get these guys some water in a minute. So we're just putting a load of trees here, look. Just to kind of fill in this area. May as well sort of just kind of do this whole area here. Right, there we go. Okay, that'll work. Okay, let's get these guys some water so they can have water for their things. Although actually, can I just do this by extending this out a little bit? basically. Right, there we go. Sorted that one. Wait, there's a smiley face brush option. Yeah, there is. Oh, actually, I've had this before where, like, the brush options don't go away quite straight away, which I find annoying. I'd forgotten about this with the brush. There we go. You have to kind of hit the surface tool thing, I think, to get it to go away sometimes. It's annoying. Okay, so that's that sorted out. So we get some more residential coming in. That's as you can see, that small area, because this is the other thing, when you have high residential demand with the realistic population, even putting in a small area like this of residential actually helps resolve our residential demand quite well. So that's really good. Okay. Do you use any graphic improvement mods? No, but I think when I start the next map, and I'm building a map, I'm in the process of building a map, and I will show you that, guys, pretty soon. But once we get that resolved, we'll discuss about what potential graphic overhauls we want to run with that, right? Well, let's actually just look at our services. We're not doing great on electricity. I think I can probably just push the budget on electricity, can't I? We're kind of like 50%-ish or whatever. Can't I just... See, this doesn't make sense with electricity. Power production facilities will hire more people and thus produce more electricity. That doesn't make any sense. Like, how would hiring more people mean they can produce more electric unless they can do it, like, round the clock or something? But, okay, let's just push this up, like, 10%. I suppose at night time they'll need more electric, but... So we'll just tweak that a little bit. Doesn't make any sense. Right, that would just kind of... I mean, we may as well just build more electric, I figure, as well, but... We'll just push the budget up. It doesn't make any sense to me, that. How would hiring more people make more electric? Realistic population, a city with 60,000 people and high rises. The realistic population model looks more at sort of how many people are in those units. So by comparison to the regular city stuff, the realistic population is more to do with how many people are actually in these households. You see there's a lot more people in the households, the densities, whereas when you have just standard city skylines, there is very few people often living in the buildings and stuff. It's kind of weird, actually. I don't know. It's very strange. But yeah, it is. You have a lot more people. You have 33 households in a building or whatever, rather than so you just have a lot more people in those buildings. Also, yeah, it's probably about right sometimes. I don't know. Right, so let's get on with this. Let's get the stuff going downtown. We've got to figure out how we're going to do the roads. I think I'm probably going to just like hop the road down here, and we also should try to get the railway down here, which goes right. We've got metro here, and there's the railway itself. That could be problematic for us. Oh, there is a railway over here, so I think we were going to maybe bring this down the side. Oh, I didn't look at the other assets. Water is fine. Landfill usage is 63%. Actually, how is my... there's a couple of areas which had garbage collection. Also, let's just look at, like, death care. Healthcare is fine. Cemetery usage. There's plenty of cemeteries around, again, so it's probably just a limitation of... it's probably a limitation of just the vehicles getting to where they need to go. Let's look at policing. Crime rate is 3%. Mainly, seemingly, in the office district. But I have got a lot of policing stuff going on there. Fire hazard 20%, but again that's probably partly down to the forests and so on. There's a few areas of town we could improve our fire capability, I think. Yeah, there's a few areas here we could work on fire. So, yeah, not too bad, not looking too bad. What city is this in? I'm watching Aurora on YouTube. Oh my god, don't watch then, because this is Aurora, so you're going to be totally out of sync with the YouTube stuff now. Yeah, way too late for spoiler. Okay, so, bloody farmers never happy because they never are happy. Narcles Forest has got 2 deaths. Do we even actually have any death care in Narcles Forest? No, look, we don't have any. Do we have any health care in Narcles Forest? No. What? I'm back to being ever confused about this place. Okay, do we even have any fire? Yeah, thank God, we've got a fire station at least. Okay, well let's look at healthcare then. So we just want a small... Okay, there's a rural clinic. But these rural clinics are like... Oh, actually, the rural clinic serves more than I would have thought it does. Okay, good. So we'll get the rural clinic in here, like... Wherever I can get him in. Right here. This place is weird. Okay, let's just get the rural clinic right next to... I want it to be kind of more in town. Ah, there we go. Okay, rural clinic, everybody happy. We do need some death care, though. What shall we place? Probably a church or something would be better. I think a church would be more appropriate than like a crematorium here, so we'll get that down. Okay, so that's good. They're complaining about police. Do we have police? Oh yeah, we have police. So wait, what do we have? Police or fire? Both? What? Oh yeah, they're right next to each other, that's why. Okay, so we have those anyway. Alright, good times. Do we have school? Yeah, we got the one school over there, right? Okay, cool. Right, so that's that done. That's good. So, okay, let's get back to residential demand. Screaming high already. We've got LB Lowlands, which I think we could get a bit more residential going on in here, because we haven't really filled this out yet. So let's just smash some residential in here. I was leaving some spaces for parks and stuff, but I will put that in. We could probably... And we didn't want to extend these roads out too far up here. But I think we could definitely get away with... Yeah, I think we could get away with doing some little road things here. Don't freak out, guys. Damn it. Don't freak out about my bad roads. It's all good. You know you love it, really. Okay, there we go. Right, so that'll be fine. God, that looks so bad, doesn't it? People are going to hate me for it. Okay, perfect. Right, we'll get that in there. Where's my... Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, have I still got bending off? Yep. I don't know if even I can handle that. That's too much even for me. It's just too much. I can't deal with it. Let's just move this. Oh look, I can use move it. So you see, look, we can do... See, this is how move it works. So you can kind of reshape the path of your roads, right? Which is handy when you make a complete shambles of a hash of it like me, right? So you can kind of like fix this up a little bit. I kind of like that now. And this is worse, but again, like we can kind of try and sort of see, we can try and straighten this out a little bit. Sorry about your houses there. Sorry about that, guys. They're like, we saved for years and you smashed our house down. Sorry about that. Okay, that's a little bit better, right? See? A little bit better. Okay. Didn't know you could move an intersection. It's a mod. It's called Move It. Salty recommended it to me. It's a very good mod. I'm going to leave a little bit of a space here. Although, where would I put it? I was going to put like a path here or something. You know what we should put here? We should put another small road. That's what we should put here. We should put a two-way little road up here. Well, the trouble is, you see, this will get rid of all these bloody people's houses if we do that. Can't win ever. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Bollocks, houses. Okay. We need houses. Let's just get houses done. We'll just do that for now. Got a little bit of industrial demand. Not quite sure whether I want to build more farming. Let's do a bit more farming here. Get a bit of that in. And we could do some more oil as well. We haven't totally expanded our oil operations here, so we can get a bit more of this going on. More oil. There we go. That should be more than enough in terms of industrial stuff coming in. Right, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. So people are starting to use our new intersection here, which is good news for us. I say, before I do anything else, I said I wasn't going to do too much tweaking, and I'm not. But one thing we should try to do is improve things here a little. So let's just see what we can do. I'm going to pause because this runs better when you pause. Now look, we've got to be real careful how we mess around with this. But the good thing about this is, you know, we always have that issue where when you try to connect a ramp really weird, then it can glitch out. And the good thing, see, I can incrementally drop this down like this, you see, you can just do it very small amounts. And then that means we can actually sort of curve this down properly so that it actually works like a proper... Now you see, like, I've gone too far because I was looking at it from a wrong angle. But we can just bring that back up again. So we can tweak these out. Yeah, Valenio on the oil operation is going to drill more. Like, we can tweak this out until we get it perfect, right? So now my ramp doesn't look so completely batshit crazy like it did before. And then even look, if we want to get that sort of turn in right, see, look, now we can get it perfect. So that's much, much better. Now similarly with here, you know, if we want to make that a little bit more, you know, have a proper full-on curve, we can try and do that. We can try and move this a little, you know, just to try and get this a bit more kind of like as an actual sort of off. It's quite severe, that, but it's not too bad actually. And then similarly, look, you know, we can look at some of these other things here. So this one has, because when you place these roads down, they do have a habit of doing really weird stuff because they kind of map to the land, and you don't really want that, obviously. So now we can kind of be like, okay, look, that's much better. But even this, it's like a little high as it comes down. See how it kind of... It's not too bad though, is it? Not too bad. This one though, I would much prefer if this kind of connected more like this, sort of further down. We can... also, you can just control Z stuff you don't like. So I'd prefer if this one kind of connected like that a little bit further down. But now you can see, okay, we've screwed this up, right? So that means we're going to have to probably move this a little like so. And we'll have to try and tweak this back a bit. So I'm just going to do this sort of tweaking here for a minute. Try and get this right. And when you move these things around, you can see, of course, this is a bit out of kilter, but we'll fix it up. Now this is a weird one here, because it's like, look, this section is high, but it's to do with where this is. So I just want that a bit more smooth coming on, and it's kind of getting there, actually. I think if we just bring this up a little more, it'll get there. That ramp needs a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. Yeah, exactly. When people are like crashing across here. So just trying to bring these up a little bit. And you can select several nodes at once, but I'm just trying to do it manually. Okay, so that feels like it's much better already. Now the other thing is, of course, these ramps up here. Now, we couldn't do too much tweaking with these, but they do, you know, they do feel like they're a little bit overbearing. So again, you know, that we could just bring this down ever so slightly. We have to be a bit careful of the height, because remember we had issues with the trucks and actually getting them to go under the bridges properly. But again, like, we can just try to do this by eye. Try and get these guys level-ish. I think that's about right. This one needs to go up a little more. Yeah, better. But then again, you see we've got this issue where it's this section down here which is actually causing that problem. So this needs to kind of drop down a bit to the same height as the other one to get those. And then, see, like, now we've got that about right. The one at the top is not quite perfect again, so just bring that up. Okay, see, now that's better. It doesn't look quite so severe. Do you know what I mean? Like before, that looked quite, it was sort of coming down like that. But now it's a bit more gentle. It looks a little bit better, right? Tweaks. I think there's going to be a lot of episodes which involve tweaks now. But the main thing I'm happy about is this connection now. This on-ramp is much better, because I hate it when you put these on-ramps in and they do that kind of weird sort of, the camber is really bad, you know. Now this could be a problem, because again, I hate these kind of right-angle connections. In order to fix that, we're going to have to move this one out of here, but that's okay, because I actually want this one to be more like in line with where this other guy is coming off. So that actually does want to be more like there, and then this will, see, look, we want to get that kind of in line. Now again, this will accordingly change, and this will probably move out a bit over here anyway, right? So it's not going to be totally symmetrical, the junction, but then it kind of almost can't be. So this needs to be, now see, this is the thing that's going to piss me off. This really needs to be over here, like that. This needs to be here. This needs to move along. Stay with me on this. I know what I'm doing. It's basically these connections. What we need is we need to have we need anarchy on and road collision off. Okay, so basically I think this one here, yeah, see, this is where it starts getting all screwed up, look, but it's going to do the right thing. This really needs to come over here, and then this junction here needs to move more like this, like. But look how this is screwing up this road here, because this what's happening. You see that road is coming in on this one, so it's going to be a bit tricky. I've got to try and do this without ballsing everything up here. It's just not a very... there we go. See, sometimes it just requires... See, when you get to that point, see how that kinks out? But bringing it to there, it can just about handle that. So look, my point is that that is slightly better than the one we had before, where it was almost like a right angle. And I'm pretty sure if I wanted, I could try and even maybe get this one to do a bit better now as well. Just by kind of, again... So you just try and get that, try and get them so they're a bit more of a smooth run on. Lots of fiddling around with this. And then this becomes quite severe, but I don't want to change that too much. I think I'm good with that. Like, it's not too bad. I can live with that. Okay. So this one here, though, this is going to require a bit more. This one's going to require a little bit more tweaking, because this has to come back over here. Well, actually, this would have to go out further first, but... Yeah, this should be almost in line, you know? So it's kind of like, this one should be almost like here, really. But then this is going to have to alter as well. Maybe if this comes... There we go. That's what we want. That's what we want. So it's this bit here, so it needs to move. So those two are kind of in line. And then that means that we can pull this angle out more. I'm not going to worry about the other road right now. So now we can pull this angle out a little bit more, which will help us getting onto that road. And then, see this here, this one wants to almost come back a bit. And then this here, there's so much tweaking with this. This here wants to kind of almost pull back right over here. And trust me, I can see what you're thinking, like, oh my god, it's ruined, but we just need to... In fact, it might be better actually to just remove that connection and redo it, actually. Just getting this right. Like I say, I'm not worried because this can move. It's no big deal. This can just come over here a little bit like this. And this needs to obviously come down. Not that, but that. So just checking the height. Kind of wants to come up a little bit. Chris Fred says, I've been watching Corellia for the past 2 days, and to go from that to this is crazy. In what way is it crazy? I'm interested to know that. Okay, let's... so this one I'm just going to... So this needs to kind of come over here, and then... It's very tricky, because this is such an extreme angle to kind of come in on. This really needs to... This... man, this is a pain in the ass. I'm almost tempted to start again with this, but... The problem is the way you stretch the roads out. This should definitely be used more for minor tweaking, I think. Really what I need to do is have this like here, and then connect it myself, I think. So let's just take an on-ramp. Okay, that actually worked better than I thought it was going to. What we need to do is just stretch this out a little bit. Like so. Okay, great. Alright, now let's just move this guy. So if this comes there a little bit more, perfect. And then we move this back a little. Okay. Do you know what's really funny? It's like I keep wanting to have anchors because I use Adobe Illustrator like all day, every day. And at each checkpoint, I want to have like the anchors that you have in Illustrator so that you can tweak specific points and like really fine tune it. But I can't because it's not the thing. All right. Because if I did, I would just adjust this a little bit. It doesn't quite work the same way as that, which is annoying. All right, that's actually not bad though. It's going to mean that my junction is unsymmetrical, but that's because we're not on a flat piece of land, and also people are going to freak out about the non-symmetry of this, I guess. But I won't, because I'm fine with it. I could try and see this one. It's just got a longer curve. I could try, I suppose, and pull these in a bit and see if I can get it a little bit better. Maybe if we get these a little bit better, they'll also just kind of work a bit better. I don't know. That's not so bad. Look, it's this bit but it has to be like that to kind of run on in the right way. I think that's actually a little bit better, right? This could do with coming back a little. There you go. That's not so bad now. Not so bad. And it's nice and level. That's the main thing. And let's just have a look at the heights here. I think this one could drop down a little. Obviously I've moved these around a little bit and kind of pissed about with them. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's good, right? Lynn, could you build another small village or something? Yeah, we're going to do that, of course, yeah. I can't believe they didn't design this in a way to draw roads like you draw paths in Illustrator. Yeah, that would have made a lot of sense. It would have been amazing because then you could obviously, you could start off by pulling anchors out and then draw the lines and stuff. You'd do it exactly like Illustrator. Would have been fantastic. Okay, so let's just have a look. So also we've got our road connection. And again, what I'll do is shouldn't affect anything else. I'll just pull this back so they're about the same line. And we don't really need to do very much here. Just need to ever so slightly tweak these roads here so that they're coming in a bit more. And it's not going to be identical either, so we shouldn't freak out about that. Basically that could just come away a little more. That's good enough. Right, the only thing I'll do is I'll just adjust the height a little here just so that they're just kind of level. And this one here as well, you can see this one, I'd probably drop the height on a bit more. Or actually more likely bring this height up, I guess. Okay, that'll do. And that other one is fine as well. Right, so we've got to continue on with the... we'll figure out about these bits in a minute. Now let's just have a look at other stuff. So this on-ramp as well, I would kind of move. I would make this on-ramp so that it kind of connects in a, like I say, I prefer these on-ramps when they connect in a much more kind of realistic way. So they're kind of more stretched out like this. And then this sort of should bleed in more like that. So that you get a much more kind of like realistic. Just get these trees out of the way of that road. Oh yeah, we have had this thing, I forgot, because basically when you have tree anarchy on, the trees just have a habit of growing wherever they want to. And so you get these kind of like anarchistic trees all over the place, which is, that's fine. I actually think, why do they keep generating? It's strange that as I'm moving them, I see, look, what's up with that? It's like as I'm moving them, more trees are generating. What's the deal with that? What's going on? This really is like tree anarchy day. What's going on here? Okay, it's fine. Tree Anarchy is turned off, as you see down here, so I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. Okay. Right, let's just have a look at this junction. So you can see this is quite a good thing because it means that when the junction is really kind of glitchy, you can fiddle around with it so that you can get it so it's not so glitchy, which is obviously a good thing. Now let's just look here. The other side, there we go. So you can try and get it to a point where you're like, okay, can I deal with how glitchy that is? See, when you've got Anarchy on, it's sort of, you know, it's never quite perfect in terms of, you know, and again here, look like this, you know, we can just move that ever so slightly, maybe bend that a little bit, maybe move that one back a little bit. I think it tends to be when I'm moving the roads around, the trees kind of like adjust themselves almost. Okay, that's fine. I keep feeling like I'm going to see more trees have like regenerated somewhere they shouldn't be. Okay, and again, same here. Like, you know, this is a on-ramp, and I'd really prefer it if that on-ramp was more like this. Now look at these trees; they have got no respect. I'm sure we're going to find this all the time as well. I'm sure we're going to find trees like literally everywhere in the wrong place today. Right, so again, I'm going to try and move this back a little bit. Just doing very small tweaks. Okay, there we go. See, that much better if it's coming in like that. And again, we can just adjust this road here and just tweak this road a little. Like that. Perfect. Okay, now these are the only other guys. These are the guys that are a pain. There's this tree here growing through everything. Yeah, we've just been tweaking some small elements really. I just wanted, before we get to building the harbour, I just wanted to get this section as good as I could. This here could be a ball lake. I'm just gonna try and move this guy a little bit, because this really should come in and almost like come on there. Really, it shouldn't really be where it is. This really should be much more like this, but look at how much it's going to glitch out, so I can't do that. I can do it to like here maybe. It's probably like the best I can get away with. It's still not happy. Very problematic. Look at the weird dive that's taking as well. But let's see if we can just bring this level down a bit. See, to get it level on the same with the other road, I mean, almost like this one right here, this guy should really come down like that to a similar level, because they're actually kind of going uphill. So yeah, that's fine. This here should also adjust slightly to compensate for that. And then this one here should actually push out a little further like that, so it actually kind of works both ways. The issue is going to be this bit here. This really should drop down again. It'll be tricky. I'm not sure about this. This is a weird one in terms of the heights, because I want it to be like higher there. I think what it should be is that it should be higher like that, and then this should almost be longer. Like this should go out a bit, so that the drop off is more incremental, like that, and then just drop this one down a little bit more. See, so that's kind of creates a smoother drop off. So we can just drop this one down a little bit more, like that. And I can cover some of this up with decoration. But see, then again, we've got this issue with the road connection. See, this almost wants to be more severe now, which that does not like. That needs to be more like this, which means that this road needs to move a little bit. There's so much like just tweaking and messing about with this. This is a pain, this thing. I'm just going to have to live with it for now. I'd have to really redesign stuff, and I just can't. You need to give more feed to the area which cars flow more. What the hell does that mean? What does that even mean? Like, use your words properly. You need to give more feed. More feed? What do you mean by more feed? We're not back to chat LT bullshittery already, are we? Because please no. I can't deal with it this early in the stream. I can't deal with the agony of trying to solve verbal Rubik's cubes this early in the stream. Like I'll go crazy. I can't deal with it. It's your left road, and you need. Oh God, no. Oh, what have I done? I've broken everything. Liam was talking to someone else. Okay, thank God. Thank God. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it at this point. Right, I'm going to try and move this out here. I'm going to try and move this guy so he is a little bit more sensible coming onto the on-ramp, but very little hope of that. Right, I'm just going to try and move this one. Oh, no. No, no. Okay, it won't have it. It won't tolerate it. That's a really horrific kink, though, in that road. Is there anything I can do to improve that? No. Can I drop this down? What's happening? It's almost like this wants to come up a bit, I don't know. Why is that kinked out like that, but the others are not? Probably because of this road connection, I expect. Let's try and move this road connection around and see if we... Oh wait, there's two connections here, so what's up with that? I guess that must be the... Oh, this is the node for the... That's why. Yeah, that's the node for that. And this here is the node for... There's like two together. No wonder it's freaking out. Let's be dangerous. See, there's two nodes almost on top of each other. Hold on. See, what's up with this? There was like a rogue bit of road in there. That's why it was being weird, I think. Yeah, and this is fucking up because of the on-ramp. I'm just trying to fix this, guys, because there's clearly some bizarre stuff going on here. Okay, there we go. Something weird was going on, as you could see, so I'm just trying to clean that up. That's why it wouldn't behave properly. It was freaking out. That's a very strange thing. Also, remember, this was a template almost, the actual roundabout, so maybe that was just kind of done when they did the roundabout. I don't know. Now, that looks bonkers, but just give me a sec. I'm going to try and get it so it connects properly. I think you've almost got to connect it properly to start with, though. Let me get rid of that tree, it's annoying me. Let's just try and connect this bastard. Let's turn... it's not going to connect without anarchy, but I'm going to turn off the collision. This is never going to connect right. What? This is never going to work now. Never going to work now. Let's try and do this a different way. Let's try and do it like this. Now it's just fucked. Oh, my life. My life, my life. Let's turn anarchy off. This is just never going to work now. How did we even make this work before? How did this occur? And how can I make it work? Thank God. Okay, I've sort of not fixed it. Right. Now let's do this again. Right, so let's see if we can move this road to start with. But like, see, it will not have this. I think it's because of the fact that it's on that node, that junction node. But that's okay, because if we have to do it back here, we do, I guess. But maybe if I joined it in front of that node. Yeah, look, see, because this one is connecting almost in front of that node. Oh, it's so weird. Whatever, you know. I don't care. We're going to make this work. This is going to be a thing. Oh, God, the horror. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. It's actually kind of getting somewhere. It's kind of getting somewhere. This just needs to be more severe. See, I've just got to get it. That I can probably live with that. I can't live with that frickin' road sign being in the middle of that junction, though. That's for sure. Ah, the horror. Ah! Damn this thing. Damn this thing's stupidity. Lou and I drift that on-ramp. This thing is just being a pain in the ass. It's doing this on purpose to piss me off. Okay, if I can just get it like that. Look at this. Can I delete that? Things that try me. Just remember how I said I wasn't going to do loads of small tweaks? We spent like half an hour pissing about with this junction. God damn you! Just be normal. Maybe if I move this down here, and then move this up this... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It will not have it. There's another... Look, it's like generating multiple nodes when I drag those nodes, though. You see that? So it's like we had like 2 there before, but now... What is going on with this thing? This is very, very strange. I hate this road. That's actually not too bad where it is right now. I might just leave it at that, because I'm getting annoyed. If I can just get this even vaguely acceptable. Just bring the height up on that a little bit. If I could just curve this out a little bit more, or something, I don't know. It's just, fucking hell. It's just this bit's the bit that's pissing me off. It needs to be like that, but then, see that this needs to be here, so that you can curve that a bit better. This whole thing, I hate this thing. I don't feel like we're any further forward than we were before. Right, that's connected up. Okay, better. Okay, better, I think. Okay. I can live with that. It's a little bit better than we had before. This just needs to come down a bit, or I don't know, no, this really needs to be here, and then I think like we did the previous one as well, this is going to have to come back, like over here, like that. This is going to have to, see, not glitch out like a crazy person. This is going to be our next problem. Why do you hate me? See, this is where these kind of, you know, it seems good having these moving stuff, but you can create more problems than it solves. Although, had I been able to build it from scratch, I would have had a bit more control, of course, over exactly what I was doing, and then I wouldn't be tweaking. And also, we did kind of put it into an impractical location. We didn't just put this on the flat, you know, so we didn't help ourselves there either. Okay, not too bad. This is the bit that's just balls, but I can probably fix this. See, it's just that pain in the ass that... Hold on, I'm going to get rid of that. Let's have this. See, it's so severe. Really, I want this to kind of come more this way, like this. So it's a better curve. But then, so we're back to this same bloody problem. I really, you know, I should have just built this myself. I hate using pre-made, up in there. I hate using pre-made stuff. I should have just built this myself and I would have probably had a lot more luck with it. Leave it be, Luton, it's just pissing you off more. No. See, this is why I should never get into these kind of mods, because you just can't stop fiddling. Once you get these things, that's it. You can't stop pissing around. Okay, so now let's see if we cannot have this connect. So this is going to be my problem. This almost wants to kind of run right underneath. There you go, kind of like that. Now if we can just tweak this ever so slightly, it'll be quids in. Not too bad. If I can just drop this off a little bit more. And if this will take me moving it ever so slightly. This thing here is still ballsed up as well. There we go. Right, can probably take that. Well, let's get it going the right way around, which I hope won't be a problem. Okay, so that's going the right way. That's going the right way, that's going the right way. Correct way, correct way, correct way. Okay, so I think that will do for my tweaks for now. I'm still not happy about that actually though. Didn't I fix this already? Oh yeah, so that should be a little bit more gentle. Thank you for that A10. Okay, there we go. A little bit better. That'll do. Thanks for that A10, Timothy. Luton's OCD. I'm not going to spend a lot of time fine-tuning Luton's OCD. I know, yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there. It's okay. Right, we've got 15 minutes to smash out the thing. Now, again, I'm not so worried. This is my only bloody problem. Oh, God! Why do you guys let me get these things? See, this should not be... I am going to stop using, I think, these frickin' pre-made builds and just build them myself. Or, alternately... Just I'm just gonna leave it. I don't think I can deal with it. I don't think I can deal with it. For God's sake. Is there any okay, let me just okay, I'm gonna save for starters because we haven't saved and I said I should save more, right? Luton, we don't let you let yourself. Don't wash your hands of this. Don't be blameless, alright? You guys been on at me for ages to get more mods for this. Delete it, start over. Oh my God. No. No. The chat is OCD. The chat is unbelievably OCD compared to me. By far and away. Right, let's just... Okay, I'm just going to attempt to move this a bit. Right, and I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do it from the air, and then I'm going to try and fiddle around with it on the ground. And we'll just try and see if... Look, I'm just going to do this. This is it. I'm just going to... You know, like, I'm just going to try and get it, like, vaguely more similar. That's all. Oh, shit. Okay, look, the road is handling it down here. We're doing alright. Okay, this is just... I'm almost done with the whole frickin' will it connect here bit. Right, I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to just stretch that out a little bit. Look, this is better already. It's not quite as bad. Alright. Okay. Better than it was before. And we're also... still, this frickin' right turn, man. I hate the way junctions connect in this game. Like, why don't they connect properly? Probably what we should have done is made this junction bigger. I think that's the problem with this, is that actually... I think, in fact, actually, it's the problem with a lot of junctions, is that they're just not big enough. Like, in real life, they would be a lot bigger. Because then you have more time to gradiate those turns, you know? And I think that's probably what they should do. Just delete it. No, don't be stupid. Done. Okay. Right, done. That's my junction. It's not too bad. Let's just have a look whether anything else is going on. Let's just check power. Still good. Man, that power has rocketed up. Probably because daytime. Let's bring it back down to like 205. Bring this down to 215. Okay, let's do this bloody water, alright? Let's do it. Right, so, now for starters, these bits don't make any sense anymore. Right, we need to get the highway going down here. So let's do that. I think I'm going to keep it raised for now. Or we come down on the ground. No, let's keep it raised. Let's keep it like a raised highway. So we're just going to build over this way like this. Kind of wish there was like a two-stage road connection here. Right, so let's just build straight down here, okay? That's straight enough. It's really annoying when it builds like half a bridge. It's like, really? You can't manage like... Oh, maybe if I build it to here and then do it separately, it'll work different. Or maybe we build it to like just to here and then drop it off maybe. So we'll just have that come down. I'll fiddle around with this in a minute. Yeah, then we can build like a normal bridge rather than... And I hate this crap. I'm trying to think the best way to do this to get us down to over here, and we'll get our port harbour there. So we need to kind of create like a bit of a roundabout coming on this one. That's right. Any fiddling I do will be much less than before. I kind of don't like that. I think it is almost better to just keep it raised. And then you got this stupid... let's just also test whether... Yeah, like I don't think it matters what we do. We can't get two suspension bridges in here. But if we're going to have them, we may as well just do them so that it's in the bloody middle, right? So we're going to get this so that it's in the middle. Like that. Because as I say, if we're going to have it, let's at least have it so it's sensible. Look, and if this one won't... Right here. Okay, so if we're going to have them, we'll have them at least kind of close together or something. So it doesn't look completely insane. And then I'll fiddle around with the heights on that one. Okay, so now we're going to come down into this and we'll just have a normal roundabout. I'm going to push this up to 4. Right, so we'll just have a standard roundabout like we do down here. So let's just get that going on. What am I playing up? Just trying to get my angles right here. Best part about the move it thing though, I really think is definitely for roundabouts. So you can kind of very much like tweak these and get them obviously much more to your liking. Try and get them much more sort of, if there's any sort of small incremental elements you want to just change up with the roundabout, you can do that. Which is a good thing. It's a good thing for me with my terrible roundabout. And also I know you can do the whole like make a grid, blah blah blah, but whatever. There really should be a roundabout tool though. There should just be a roundabout tool in the game. which just enables you to make like really good roundabouts. That should just be a thing that's there already, really. Okay, that'll do. That's fine. Okay, so I think we can just do like normal. We can just do like normal. Just have it connect like that. I think I've still got these. No, that one's going the right way. I see. I was like, what's going on here? It's because I built the roundabout the wrong way round. Okay, that's better. Right, so let's just connect this up. Perfect. So again, using Move It, we can just finesse these a little bit. Went too far there. And again, same with this and all of this as well. So this is like the nice part with this mod, is just doing these little tweaks, kind of pushing these bits, pushing and pulling, and just getting it correct, getting it better. Okay, so I don't really need to do very much there at all to kind of get this working, but again, it's just like, so you just want to get those on-ramps turning a bit more so that the traffic flows more easily into them. And it's working just fine. So there we go. So that actually works really nicely. Now I think I've just got to reverse the direction of traffic on this as well. Okay, and then let's just quickly do those small move changes like we said we would on the roads here. And I don't think there's much to do. I think that just needs a little straighten. And I think some height issues here. Now again, you can kind of, if you see one road is generally a little bit higher than others, you can actually go along and select like multiple points. Like that. And then when we move, it should move everything down. So yeah, you can see it's moving like the whole road. So it'll move it all the way along. And again, this one actually could just do with coming up a bit further down there as well. But so we can just lower the whole thing, get it nice and the same level. That's probably good enough. This one needs to come up a little bit right here. This one wants to come down a little bit right here. And this one wants to go up a little bit by the look of it. Okay. This one's still up a bit more. Good enough. Okay, and again, even if we don't get it 100% perfect, I mean, it's better than just as it was, right? And then this one you can see, of course, needs to come down a bit. And again, I remember last time we built like a junction, people were freaking out about these things not leveling up, like where it starts to drop off. So again, that's another thing you can tweak really easily. This just needs to straighten up a bit as well. Okay. Perfect, right? Good, good, good. So that's sorted. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, so that's all connected up. So now, let me save. Then can you show the city? The short view looked amazing. Yeah, we'll go and have a look around shortly, but we do look at this quite often, so we'll look over there, but I just need to kind of carry on building down here first. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build... What road down to here? Maybe I think just a 4-lane road. We're going to build a new town down here, so... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build... So let's get our port in first, but that's going to have a road for it, right? So let's build a standard 4-lane road like I do for ports. And then also going to have to see how that port actually connects here, but I'm thinking probably here is going to work quite well. So let's get this to a ground level. So I'm just going to put a road in like this. I'm going to imagine that that'll work alright for the port. Noting the roundabout should be a 6-lane one. We won't need a 6-lane roundabout here. Excuse me. We won't need a 6-lane roundabout here. There won't be enough traffic. And if there is, we just upgrade it because I've made it with enough space, so it's fine. Okay, so let's just get here, and then what we want is we've got cargo hub, or we can have cargo harbour. We want a cargo harbour that also accepts train traffic, okay? And we're going to connect the train down here later on. So we're going to get this on here. Now you can see, look, there's our shipping line out there, and so we're just going to connect right here. This actually is going to work really, really well. Okay, there we go. So that's in. What else did I have there? Coleman Warehouse. Yeah, let's get a few Coleman. Well, we can do that in a minute. Okay, so that's going to be our thing. So we're going to get our rail connection coming in on this as well. And the rail connection is going to come down here. But I think we'll do that next episode. For today, we'll just get this linked up to the roundabout. So basically, what I'm going to do is we'll have our 4-lane road. Is just going to, and I'm going to build this kind of roughly. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to have the 4-lane road is going to come up to about here, right? And then I'm going to branch that into the town, which is going to be over here. But this right here will now convert into National Road. Okay, so it'll just be a quick way. And what we'll do is we'll turn off, so we'll put our National Road out here like so. And actually, maybe we can, we'll worry about that later. Let's just go along a bit further here. I'm thinking actually I'm gonna go to here with the National Road. So the National Road could potentially in the future go. Actually, let me just come back a sec. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this. Where is it? Is it this one? Ground forces the ground to follow the evolution of the road. Yeah, so I think it's if I put this on, it should cut through the land. So I'm just going to build this road going out over here. That's not it. Oh, it's this, I think. Yeah, straight slope. So this shouldn't it? Maybe it's not cutting through properly right here. I'm getting myself confused here, guys. I swear there was one where it kind of cuts straight through the landscape. That's it. There you go. That's it. So you have to have straight slope on, and then you basically have ground forces. So that what it does is it stays at the same height that you've leveled it at, and it will cut through the landscape just like this. So anyway, we'll have a straight national road like that. Half of the alpaca for 9 months in a row. Thank you very much, buddy. So that's our national road, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll continue that on round over here later, okay? I'm just going to slightly tweak this. Okay. So I just want this to kind of curve ever so slightly as we go that way, okay? And I like the fact that it kind of creates this. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create another national road over there, but first I'm going to create just like a on-off ramp using the on-off ramps. So I'm just going to create like this. Actually, let's just see how. Like that, and then I'm not liking that weird glitching I'm getting on the screen there. Okay, so I'm just going to create like that, you see. Okay, so that they can kind of this will be a straight off, and then they'll have to turn in on this one. I suppose, yeah, that's fine. And then we'll just take another national road, and we're going to run it straight up to the highway. Now this one is going to be, you can see, look, it's in like a cutting all the way up. And then what we'll do is we'll bring it back up. Basically, when it connects back up to the roundabout here, it should be very straightforward and just come in like this. Okay, there we go. So that, and again, what I will try to do here actually is just tweak this a bit so that hold on. It's going to be easier for me to just build this from scratch, I think. Because what I want to do, get off move for start. What I want to do is I want to build this coming in with a more extreme like that. Because it's only going to have one way to go. Actually, I should use off-ramps on this as well. Like that. Okay, so that'll create like a nice smooth turn for us. Just going to move this back a little bit here. Don't glitch out, you bastard. There we go. Right, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Right, we can handle that. Oh shit. Damn it, it's never right. Okay. Alright, that's it, perfect. So you see that is going to nicely flow down, and then we'll put in the town next time around. Okay, so that's where we're going to be for this one. We'll put the town in next time, but we have got our cargo port. Next time around we're going to put the town in, we're going to get the railway line down there, so that's going to be with that one. Okay guys, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time on City Skylines.